And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the WardiTV Monday number 33. Welcome to the semi-finals. We are nearing the end of the tournament here. We have 3 series left, 2 best of 3s and 1 best of 5. And here we go. We have our top 4 players. Exclamation mark B in the chat to have a look at the back yourselves to catch up on what has been going on. From the upper half of the bracket, we have our Terran, we have our Protoss, we have 2 TVPs here for you, and sorry, we have 1 TVP and 1 TVZ, and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Amygdala, we have the Danish Protoss player, the blue Protoss, representing Storm Gaming. It is MaxPax. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the red Terran player, representing Team Liquid from land of South Korea. It is Cure. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is a Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we catch up with our upper semifinals. Again, when it comes to Beyond versus Geralt, did conclude. Beyond did defeat Geralt 2-0, and Beyond versus Sola will take place after this series. So back-to-back semifinals into semifinals into grand finals thereafter. We have our initial TVP, and coming into this, I mean, we spoke about it at the beginning of the broadcast. MaxPax is the favorite player. Without Hero and without Clem, without some of the other regular finalists, now MaxPax is the number 1 seed. He's the number 1 seed of the tournament. He is poised to go for a winning run here. In saying that, though, we did see that MaxPax has already bled in this tournament. Spirit. Piotr did take a map, did force MaxPax to the ace match here. If Piotr can do it, Cure can do it as well. All that I'm hopeful for is an ace match. Regardless of how this goes, I'd love to see game 3. But again, the pressure is going to be more so on Cure here to bring us to the ace match. For now, double gas opener out of Cure, going for a faster factory. Likewise, MaxPax going for his own gate cyber expand, standard opener out of MaxPax, and a more assertive start by Cure. Here comes a recall, saves a probe, as the probe is locked into the main base, and from here we can go into Reactor Reaper Hellion. We can open up faster mine drop, we can open up with faster tech lab into faster tank production, into tank drop, go into Cloak Banshees. Here he has options with how he does want to open up and how we do enter the early to mid game. Let's go. Let us go. For now, Reaper gets across the map, is going to be turned away. MaxPax is in position. And we'll get an extra. Oh my god, the Jukes! Jukes surreal. The Reaper does slip by. Adept does race across the map, ideally looking to delay the CC on the low ground. Meanwhile, Reaper does get into the main. It's going to be a Twilight Counter opener out of MaxPax. No surprise here. I mean, this is the largest map in the tournament map pool, to be fair, so Stargate play is maybe more likely on Amygdala than on other maps. But MaxPax, he's vocally not fond of Stargate openers. And it is a rarer sight from MaxPax. Not that we never see it, but more rare. As Cure, he did not scout the tech, did not get behind the mineral line, so Cure, he's in the dark. Did race back home, is going to be opening up triple Reaper, double Hellion. He does have quite a force to work with, and the purpose, the goal of this small army early on is to get some economic damage, to get into a mineral line and to roast up some probes. We'll see if he can. Meanwhile, the SimCity looking solid so far. There's 1 Stalker, now 2 Stalkers in position. If they do wall up, they do wall off. Depths do get across the map. SCV's going to be going down. He gets 1 so far. Gets 1 SCV. Gets a second. 2 SCV kills. Hellion does race back. And Cure rushing into a 3rd TC before Starport. Very greedy. Okay, very greedy build here by Cure. We'll see if we can get away with it. So meanwhile, back at home, how many gates? We have 2 gates here so far. I say 2, getting up to 3. So 3 gate blink out of MaxPax. Reaper's going for the Stalker. Shield battery's ready. MaxPax will hold. MaxPax, he will hold. And he is going for his gases before the 3rd base, so faster gases means a faster robo, means a War Prism. War Prism across the map, so MaxPax is going to be more aggressive, more assertive here. Coming into the mid game, going for a delayed expansion. Reapers are denied. And it's going to be able to Cure here to survive the aggression. Remember, he has been quite greedy. Again, very fast 3rd. with extra gases. I assumed it was going to be for a faster War Prism. It is going to be for the faster Bay and a Forge before expansion. So once again, really safe play here by MaxPax, delaying his economy, which means Cure is going to be even further ahead when it comes to his third base timing, as MaxPax did delay heavily so here, and again did not go for the Prism, which means he cannot reinforce across the map. He can be active, that is true, but he cannot punish Cure, not at all. So Cure, he will get away with this. He is safe back at home. He has gotten away with his greed, and I would say that Cure, he now has a better position coming into the mid game. So Cure, he is in a better position. It's going to be up to MaxPax to recover, to make up for that. Again, the advantage that MaxPax will have is going to be the faster Colossus. The faster Colossus production, the faster +1, the faster upgrades, faster tech. Reapers, they do get eyes on the road, but they do confirm the gases. A nice force field. Force field does lock him in. Oof, as he will bleed out both Reapers. But Cure, he is more or less aware of what happened. Did see the timing of the expansion and did see everything else, including the Bay. So now he's aware of the faster Colossus. From here, we may even just go straight up reactor to Viking production once the starport is done. Now remember, the starport is heavily delayed this game, so no drop play. 0 drop play out of Cure. At least in the first half. As he's been heavily focused here on just purely tank production, Marines, Marauders, no Raven harass either, no Widowmine drops, no nothing. But again, MaxPax is playing safe anyway, and he double expands. This makes sense. Like, MaxPax's economy is worse than that of his opponent. Checking MaxPax's vision, he did see the timing of the third CC, so he knows how greedy Cure was. So to try to catch up and try to keep up with that greed, he rushes into his fourth. But that third is not being taken. Here he breaks out. Does break out. Oh, nice kiting here from MaxPax. Bleeds out a Stalker though. Bleeds out one of the Stalkers. Getting a couple of hits off here on the CC. Tanks are repositioning. And Cure, he will secure the space. So far so good. Now we don't expect Cure to move out anytime soon until he gets his medevacs and upgrades fully underway. Speaking of, he now has his first 2 medevacs. So we can start being active. He can stim a little bit more freely. As he wants that Stalker. Doesn't quite get it. Stalker gets away. Fourth base not getting saturated. Hellion will confirm.
Add-on complete.
Does get eyes on the fourth. Does get eyes on saturation. Doesn't see much else. As we have the Temple Archives finishing up, we have a High Templar warping in. No Storm yet, just Archons. Just Archons getting into triple Colossus. Cure's moving in, but I don't really see him breaking this Colossus line. There's a scan, does see the army. Oof. Little siege. Catching up the Zealots. Nice target firing on the sentries. He's trying to get within range here of the Nexus. Bold move, rallying in. We'll see if we can break this position. It is a bold move. Colossus dive in, brutal shots here on the Marines. Yeah, and he shuts it down. He easily cleans this up. As we mentioned, with 3 Colossus, he cannot break through. At the same time, Delramai at the third base. 6 SCVs go down. And Cure is falling apart. His main army crumbles, likewise harassing across the map. 6 more SCV kills. Has to race back home. And MaxPax holds. He holds, he defends, he attacks. Does it all. Cure now getting to his own Viking production. Last is his first couple of Vikings. He'll zone away the Prism. But Cure, he needs time. He needs more time to build up his army. MaxPax moving in, but he doesn't really have much to work with here. Bold move. Does move in. Does move in. Picking off those deepers, getting 1. Swipe away with the Marines, not bad. Fire army going down, Curie collapses in, a couple of Vikings do come in as well. He does reinforce, but they do get targeted down. Yeah, Vikings are falling one after the other. Oh, 2 Colossus do get targeted. One Colossus left. GG gets called Cure. He has nothing remaining. And MaxPax, who will break through. He will take game number 1. Whew, GG. GG, well played. A greedy start out of Cure, but remember, a very committed follow-up. I was shocked to see, if you recall, I was surprised and shocked to see Cure actually move out to try to deny the 4th base. Alas, pushing into 3 Colossus like that, he didn't achieve much. He was able to snipe some sentries, he was able to trade with some zealots, but not much more than that. He lost his tanks, he lost control of his main army. Likewise, he bled out SCVs, and from that moment, MaxPax had momentum. I wasn't too confident in MaxPax counterattacking after the engagement, but he barely had enough. He barely broke through his opponents. GG. GG, well played. With that, MaxPax does take a lead, and we'll see if Cure can recover and force the ace match. Let's go. In general, I really liked the opener out of Cure. Like, I really liked his faster 3rd CC and his greater economy and him cutting corners early on. Remember, he got away with it. He got away with it. But the tank timing, the triple tank push, that's where things were a little bit more hazy and where it all kind of fell apart. But here we go. We're getting into game number 2. We're going to be loading into ley lines. Was just catching up with the chat. A big shout out late to Chrononaut. Papi God. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the Twitch Prime for 8 months. For 8 months. Thank you. Thank you so much for the support. We do appreciate it. Less than 3. Light and the Ducklings equal the best. Thank you. Thank you. Do appreciate it. Do appreciate it. We do what we can. We do what we can. I know that today there's a lot of StarCraft going on, and I know there's less people tuning in as a result, but regardless, we appreciate those of you that have decided to tune in. Likewise, those of you that are just multi-twitching it up or multi-streaming it up, as again, there's a lot of matches going on tonight, a lot of other tournaments as well, but thank you. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoy the broadcast. I hope you enjoy the WardiTV Monday. As jumping in to game number 2, we have in the left-hand corner the Danish Protoss player, the Blue Protoss, representing Sidestorm Gaming, leading the series 1-0. It is MaxPax. And this morning, in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Terran player, the Red Terran, representing Team Liquid. It is Cure. Hello, Cure. What's going on? What is going on? As he does send the SCV out across the map, and I believe this should be lined up for an eBay block. Yeah, the SCV does move in. Alas, there is a low ground pylon, so MaxPax, he will see this ahead of time. Usually we would see wall-offs here on top of the ramp, but no, instead pylon low ground, so that means MaxPax, he can react faster, and he will deny the eBay. So a faster reaction here. Again, winding it back a little bit, typically we do see a Protoss wall on top of the ramp in the main to deny Reaper scouts and the Reaper cliff, I should say, to get into the main base. This time, the low ground wall-off does mean that the pylon does scout this ahead of time. So there is no eBay block. This will be cancelled. Again, if it wasn't for this pylon, if it wasn't for this position, then most likely Cure the eBay would have gotten up and running, up to close to completion, and MaxPax would have been forced to expand elsewhere. So all in all, I would say this is a better start for MaxPax. But it's only the start. Only the beginning of the game. We'll see where Cure takes us from here. So now just going for an economic opener. Single gas, faster CC out of Cure. From here we are building up. And again, this is a really nice adaptation from MaxPax on some of these smaller maps. It does make sense to go for the low ground wall off, just so you don't get forced into an uncomfortable position where you are forced to expand elsewhere. Doesn't happen. Likewise, we are setting up. We have our take of choice. Twilight Council open out of MaxPax. No surprises here. But again, when it comes to MaxPax, when it comes to Stargate, or I should say Twilight Council openers, there are a lot of different variations. For example, last game it was 3-gate blink, but not 3-gate blink into a prism. It was 3-gate blink into double gas, into a faster forge, and faster robotics bay, into faster tech instead, and lighter aggression out of MaxPax. So there are more aggressive forms of 3-gate blink, more defensive forms of 3-gate blink. There are different ways to approach the game. Different ways to approach Cure. Likewise, we could even see 2 gates. We could see up to 4. And now second gateway is on the way. Robo has been thrown down. Cure behind this, going for a much earlier starport. Remember, last game he went for a 3rd CC before starport. It was actually 3rd CC into 2nd and 3rd racks into a heavily delayed starport. This time 111. So this time we have an early drop available here to Cure. And likewise getting into early tank production as well. Cure, he hunts down the Adept. Is now moving out. Medevac has arrived. Is rallying across the map. Now, what's scary about this tank push, assuming, yeah, there we go, there's rally. So what's most scary about this tank push and why you wouldn't set up on the low ground is that the production and a lot of tech is here on the low ground. The gateway and the cyber core. Shield batteries on the way, but this is all powered by 1 pylon. So this early tank push that we're setting up, assuming that the tank moves out across the map, never mind, Curie pulls back. I was going to say that he can threaten the production, he can threaten the tech here at the natural. Cure, he doesn't like what he sees, he pulls away, he does race back home. He was initially rallied, not anymore though. So he does turn back around. He didn't actually get eyes on the setup at the natural, so I'm curious as to what was the sign there that did tell Cure to retreat. But Cure, he's pulling back to a later game state. It looks like maybe he was hoping to catch the army in the center, but I mean, MaxPax was being more defensive. So Cure, he didn't find anything. And Curie setting up defensively instead. Okay. Meanwhile, once again, MaxPax is going for a faster bait and faster forge and faster gases before expansion. This is the same build 2 games in a row, straight up. Like two games in a row, same build out of MaxPax, going for later expansion, later saturation for overall a safer start. And this means that MaxPax, he cannot really threaten the bases. There's no observer, there's no war prism, he cannot really threaten Cure. And this time I actually like MaxPax's position more. Remember, last game we had MaxPax doing this build and Cure already had a 3rd CC done. Like the 3rd CC was already completed by this point. Here there is no 3rd. Now we could try and turn this into a 2-base all-in, I suppose, but most likely Cure is just going to take a delayed expansion. And it does mean that he will have more tanks faster. I say that he does get out of tank production. Getting into more bio. The purpose of this build is to get a Colossus count early and to build up those Colossus early as well. To get faster triple Colossus up. We'll see if Cure can get something done, but I'll be honest, I don't really see that happening. Charge is almost complete. Auto harass into the natural. Does get 2 probes. Does get a handful of workers. Now we have our delayed 3rd CC back here. I say delayed, this is more of a standard 3rd CC timing. True. This is more standard. Later compared to last game, but last game was an exception more than anything. Curie fans out. Oh, MaxPax would intercept. Curie does unload, thankfully. Does unload. The move that gets spotted by the observer. MaxPax still trying to hunt him down. Does find the Raven actually. Next best thing. If not even greater here, Raven goes down. Cure, he commits, he's boosting across the map. Now again, because Cure had a later expansion this time, he has a larger army. He has more Marines, he has more Marauders. He does have a larger force. And we'll see if Cure can break MaxPax. That's Cure, he's up 20 army supply. Cure, he takes on the pylon, he denies that he would be 4th, or he at least delays. Max actually just has to buy some time. And Cure playing it safe here. Pulls away. Does pull away. Soon it will expand. Floating on over. Observer does spot this rotation. Likewise, Marine job ready for the main. Tanks are sieged. Oh. Observer getting caught out. Ooh, brutal tank shots. Yeah, Max actually did not see the tanks. was unaware, dropping to the mineral line. Cure achieving a lot here. Again, I was concerned that he wasn't going to be able to achieve too much with this move out, but hey, he denies the 4th base, he delays it at least. He threatens the army, he gets his own 3rd up and running. Cure not looking too bad at all here. As thankfully he wasn't too passive. With that, MaxPax taking a later 4th base. Much later. Working towards +2. Getting in position. The tanks are in their siege. They're ready. Widowmines as well. Oof. Brutal on Burrow. Yeah, Cure, he was unaware of the army location. Now he is. Likewise, drop across the map is going to be dealt with. Cure, he has the concave. MaxPax, I'm not so sure he can actually move into this. Yeah, he pulls away. He backs off. He cannot break the siege line. Rotating instead. And getting his 4th. Right, he's getting his 4th up and running. He's getting saturated. 2nd forge on the way for double upgrades. MaxPax, he does not have to push into this. And again, I don't think he can. Instead, drops into the mineral line. Getting an SCV. Oh. Nothing major though. Likewise, tank is exposed. Nice pickup, getting 1. 1 tank goes down. Has to get the hell out of here. Oh, brutal EMPs. EMP pops off. 1 Colossus is going to go down. And from here, Cure, he can stim in. He can stim, he can win. He will take down every single Colossus. MaxPax, he overextends. He should not have been here. Ay, ay, ay. He was playing with fire. He will lose everything. And MaxPax, he plummets in supply. Again, he had no reason to push in. He was getting too greedy. He saw an exposed tank. He went for it. He gets punished. He gets punished. Punished hard. And now MaxPax, he's in a world of hurt. Now diving in. Takes down one of the tanks. Just the one. 1 tank goes down. Nice zealot run by. Denies mining at the 3rd. Vikings dropping in. Shows his EMPs. Oof. EMP on the charge lots. Back at home, Zealots are dealt with. Nice EMP on the Archons. Boys being pulled. And a lot of workers are going to be going down. So far, just getting 2. Colossus has arrived. Yo, MaxPax, he's holding on here. Impressive. He buys enough time, takes down some of those Vikings. Catches the ghost. And all of this came down to his reinforcements. Cure, he was stuck at home because that zealot run by. A very clutch hold here by MaxPax. Very impressive. I get this base should be dead. The base should be dead right now, but alas, he holds. He barely holds on. Cure forced back. And the game will continue. Now, Cure still has a little momentum because he was able to reset the Colossus counts. Right now, there's what, 1? Yeah, there's 1 Colossus, 1 Disruptor. Right now, MaxPax is still very vulnerable when it comes to his army. Like, his backbone, the backbone to the army is quite flimsy here. He needs time. He needs time to rebuild. Likewise, Cure claiming his 4th. MaxPax going for a 5th. Does go for the 5th base. 2nd Rover is on the way for double Disruptor production. And again, right now, MaxPax has to do whatever he can to buy time. Like, he hasn't recovered yet. He's getting there, though. He's on the road to recovery, holding on to the 4th base, getting a 5th base, going for a zealot run by, delaying any kind of push. Cure, he's about to max. He's about to max out. Again, it shows just how much momentum Cure got earlier. And TVP is very much so a momentum-based matchup. It's hard to get it back. Storm is done. True. Storm is done. Liberated towards the natural. Storm coming in. EMPs on the main army. Oh! Nova catches the ghost. Ooh. There's that 1 zoning Storm. There are 2 more High Templar. They're a little bit further back. Oh, 1 High Templar goes down. But there's 1 High Templar here at the 4th, 1 at the natural. Vikings, they're going for the Colossus. Brutal EMP. Now the Colossus goes down. There's 2 Colossus left. Oh, very nice Storm. Storm pops off. But the EMPs are brutal. Another Colossus being chased down. Still just a very awkward angle of attack here from Cure. He has to rotate. Ideally wants to fight out in the open. Sims in. Oh. Does sim in. Alas, MaxPax making 2 Colossus at a time behind this. Again, MaxPax, he is stabilizing. Both armies are maxing out. To have Cure getting to 3-3. It's getting to 3-3. The army is overstimmed. Still very tense. He has 1 High Templar with the main army. Oh, that's Curious setting up a surround. EMP pops up. MaxPax getting baited in. He has to be careful. Here he wants MaxPax to go further into the bases. Ghost getting caught out though. Miss rally there from Cure, but here comes the stim. Here comes the surround. Oh, barely does not get on top of the Colossus. 1 Colossus does fall. Never goes off. Nice connection. Yeah, Storms as well. And MaxPax, he does take the best fight he can go for. Lands a Storms. Takes down most of the fire, but he will lose every Colossus. Still very close. It looks like he barely has enough though. Yeah, barely enough. The Stalkers, they stand their ground. And again, Cure, he had a massive lead earlier, but it did slip through his fingers. Did slip through. MaxPax, he bounced back. Storms out coming in. Oh. Does push into the mineral line. Taking down more SCVs. Yeah, it does shut him down. Brutal losses that Curie can't quite afford. He can't quite afford this. Still with a comparable army size. But where are the ghosts? Where are the ghosts, Babby? Oh my god, Brutal Storm. Yeah, just Marines and Marauders, just purely a bio army. The final Colossus is going to go down. 1 more volley, but it's about the Gateway Army. It's about the Gateway Army. GG gets called. Massive Storm in the mineral line, and MaxPax will take the series 2-0. Whew. GG. GG, well played. MaxPax had a massive overextension, a massive moment where he plummeted in supply. You can actually see it here. Hold on. I don't mind showing this here. MaxPax is the blue line and Cure is the red line. You can see that moment. That was the moment that MaxPax overextended into the tank line, and MaxPax, he lost everything. He lost all of his Colossus. He lost most of his army. That was Cure's moment to end it. And if you remember, we expected Cure to break the 4th, but he didn't. He did not break the 4th base. If you remember, it was a clutch hold. MaxPax, he barely held on to it, and from there it was MaxPax buying time. Cure, he still had a lead, he still had an advantage, but he failed to really press that advantage. MaxPax able to get into Storm in time, able to buy enough time to rebuild his Colossus, and then stabilize. Then stabilize from there. GG, well played. Oh, GG, well played. With that, we are heading over to the Korean server, and hopefully we don't get left behind. Oh boy.